using potentially deadly force. The San Francisco Board of Supervisors is debating such a policy. KTVU crime reporter Henry Lee has the story.
San Francisco police asking for approval by the Board of Supervisors to use robots like this one as a potential deadly force option. That means military-grade machines operated by trained officers could potentially kill suspects during critical incidents.
You know, there's been a lot of talk about RoboCop, or, which I think sets, a whole lot of minds going to a whole lot of different places, but this is not that.
San Francisco Supervisor Rafael Mandelman supports using robots for specific life-threatening cases.
In fact, I think it would be irresponsible not to make some kind of plan to use that technology in that horrific eventuality.
It's really just opening a window that eventually somebody's going to want to crawl through.
Matthew Goriglia, a policy analyst with the Electronic Frontier Foundation, says it doesn't make sense to give robots the ability to kill.
We are going to lessen the burden of using deadly force from having to pull a gun and pull the trigger to a button on a remote control.
SFPD already has 17 robots, and none of them have live ammunition. But the department is considering using a robot with explosives attached as a way to get into a building with violent, armed suspects barricaded inside. In a statement, SFPD said in part, while an explosive charge may be considered an intermediate force option, it could potentially cause injury or be lethal. Robots equipped in this manner would only be used in extreme circumstances to save or prevent further loss of innocent lives. The discussion in San Francisco comes just a month after the Oakland Police Commission decided against a policy that would have allowed OPD to use robots with shotguns. In Dallas, a robot armed with explosives was used by police to kill a man suspected of shooting and killing 5 police officers in 2016.
Transport the robot to the scene.
Supervisor Hillary Ronan spoke out against authorizing lethal force for robots, saying she thinks this is an incredibly dangerous route to go. In San Francisco, Henry Lee, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
Oh yes, good people, the robots are here and they are on the scene. And as you saw in that video, say hello to the San Francisco PD new killing machine. Let's talk on the mic. What's up, everybody? And you are listening to the best of the Media Mike radio show. I'm your host, the Media Mike Speaks, sponsored by New Justice Media, where we are the voice of the everyday citizen. The time is now 57 minutes past the hour here in the Lone Star State, so let's get to it before it's too late. So, yes, it is true. You saw the video. The San Francisco PD has a new weapon. Well, they've been had it, but now they've armed it. Yes. The San Francisco Board of Supervisors has voted to allow the city's police department to deploy remote control robots capable of using lethal force as the city continues to grapple with surging violent crime. Okay, why not provide economic opportunities? So you're saying your solution here is to arm the robots to take out, I guess, unruly citizens? That's your solution? Not to tackle inflation? Bring down the rent? Oh no, we're going to arm robots. Okay. Now, after a heated debate among board members, all of whom are staunch Democrats who support gun control, the board voted to approve the policy on November 29th. That was last year. As the San Francisco Police Department clarified, the robots would not be armed with guns. Not yet, good people. Not yet. Just explosive charges. Okay, like that's better. Now, these charges would be to make contact to incapacitate or disorient violent, armed, or dangerous suspects. Okay, according to Allison Maxey, the SFPD spokesperson. So not to shoot, but see, they use the word lethal, but just explosive charges. God, this is ridiculous. She added, robots equipped in this manner would only be used in extreme circumstances. So what are extreme circumstances, ma'am? What would those extreme circumstances be? To save or prevent further loss of innocent lives. Such as how? Such as an event where officers need to stop an active shooter. Oh, okay, so that's it? Just the active shooter, nothing else? All right. The measure passed by an 8-3 vote, but not without strong objections. Now, Supervisor Dean Preston said today's vote approving the San Francisco's Police Department's dystopian military equipment policy, which will allow SFPD to use robots to kill people, is deeply disturbing. Yeah, I do agree. In contrast to the SFPD's fear-mongering hypotheticals, we don't have to look far to see why this decision could put San Franciscans in danger. He added, we have plenty of examples of police using questionable or unjustified deadly force here at home. We also have examples of misuse of bombs and other explosives all over the country, unquote. I do agree, but this is what they're doing. California lead the way, huh? Now, watchdog groups urged the city to reject the plan, arguing it would lead to a further militarization of the police, while stating the parameters by which armed robots would be permitted to be used are too vague. The vote was required by a new California law requiring police and sheriffs to obtain approval for the use of military-grade equipment. The law was drafted in 2021 by San Francisco Attorney David Chu, who was a state assembly member at the time. San Francisco police did not state how they obtained the weapons, but we know how. But a federal program has provided grenade launchers. Well, they obtained them through the federal government. Get this, good people. Let me repeat that. But a federal program has provided grenade launchers. I'm going to repeat that. Grenade launchers, camouflage uniforms, bayonets. What do you need bayonets? Let me stop. Armored vehicles and other surplus military equipment to local law enforcement agencies throughout the country. Bayonets? So okay. So we're back in the Revolutionary War. We're back in the Vietnam War. We're back in the Korean War. So World War II, World War I, we're back. Okay. The Pentagon program provided military gear to local police was shut down in 2015 under President Obama due to outrage after police in Ferguson, Missouri, which used an overwhelming show of force against mobs violently protesting the 2014 killing of Michael Brown. Ferguson police targeted local residents with an assortment of weapons normally only seen on the battlefield, including long-range acoustic devices and mine-resistant ambush-protected tactical vehicles. That was a little bit much. I do agree. Now, in 2017, President Donald Trump signed an executive order reversing the Obama-era policy and allowing local police departments to once again receive advanced tactical gear, typically reserved for war. So I guess San Francisco is going to war with its citizens. As the San Francisco Bay Area has become one of the most crime-ridden areas of the U.S., officials have been exploring ways to provide additional tools to law enforcement. How about providing additional? Well, I thought they were providing additional income. Weren't they doing that? So that's not enough. Okay, but crime is crime-ridden. All right, it's crime-ridden for a reason. Maybe those laxed policies on if you take anything over $3,000. Well, below 3,000, you'll be good, or whatever it is they were saying. You could take stuff over a certain amount of money and you'll be prosecuted. Maybe that's the reason. San Francisco, California, why don't you take this back to the city council and reevaluate that? But instead, you want to arm the future Terminators. Okay, the city's board of supervisors voted in September to allow police to access thousands of private security cameras in real time without a search warrant, a move which also drew immediate pushback from civil liberties organizations. Yes, this is deeply disturbing, and this is sad. It is. But this is where we are. A dystopian military equipment policy. which would allow the SFPD, it appears, to terminate people. Let me know what you think about this, good people. I don't want to be on it too long, but it is what it is. The future of law enforcement is here. The rise of the machines. Yes, they are on the scene. Skynet is real. So, that's all I can say is God help us all. Until next time, this is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.